Yo, my brothers and sisters. We're back in the building. Yes, it's Danny AFC TV time. It's 10 p.m. So, you know what to do. It's Danny AFC TV time, y'all. Right, guys, there's absolutely, if I actually get the bits that I've written down, bundles of news to get through. Let's not try and make this sound like a hype show, but guys, there's a few things I want to get out on the open. We're going to lay our cards on the table today. No scaremongering. No one's one of them arsehole YouTubers out here. But actual real talk. If we are to have something pathetic, like 40 or 50 million pound in January money, hold on a second, I've just got to text someone. Just got to turn. Whoa. Right, where was I? If basically we've got 40 or 50 million pounds to spend, man, I sound like I'm drunk. Where should this money go? People say central midfield. People say a striker, as Jesus doesn't seem to be. It's 4 or 5 games now. He's looked a bit quiet. Let's be fair, but let's also not be harsh to Jesus. Guys, how am I sounding? How is the picture looking? I am going to go and get a camera in the next couple of days. Yeah, it's no secret. I'm up in the village now, so I'll get back to London probably tomorrow, day after. I've got to get a camera. I started seeing like my face look blurry and everything, like, so I was like, nope, I don't like the way that's looking. So a new camera and that will get involved. But first things first, shouts out to all the real ones. Please get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if we is new on this very quiet and slightly dull so far Friday night with absolutely zero hype so far. Where's all the real ones at? Where's anyone at? It seems to be dead lonely and quiet. But anyway, I'm going to go into my rants as I do, as always. Screw everyone. Bang. Would you go for Danilo and Dicker? Both of their... Dicker and... I forgot the other card now. I shall be back. Where am I at? Suddenly felt all lost. All right, cool. All right, guys, there's loads going on. I'm going to start from the very top on this bollocks to this. It's thrown because no one's here. Arsenal have been watching Danilo. He played a couple of nights ago. They won 3-1. Apparently played well. A very authoritative performance, running and controlling the central midfield, allegedly. No, I didn't catch the game. £30 million Cody Gakpo. Guys, simple yes or no on this one. Would any of you have a £30 million Cody at Arsenal in January? Guys, this is pretty simple. £50 million to spend in January. Would you spend all 50, and I do mean every last penny of it, on Mikhailo Mudryk? Or just try and do a bit of smart shopping, cover a couple of problem areas. When I say problem area, central midfield, get a winger in who's pacey, can score goals, is top of the current most on Sky anyway, on like the most fouled players in the Premier League, etc. That is obviously, of course, Wilfried Zaha. And then the other one will be Daniel and Dicker. So yes, I see a couple of the realists in the stream. That, of course, is UE and, of course, Hanyumi, California's finest. So for you two guys personally, and I know I've put this on Twitter today, so this ain't no... You'll probably know that I've said this. Would you go for Mudryk and spend all 50 on him? Because I do love this guy. I'm being genuine when I say this. I have now watched all of his Champions League games. I know 2 of them have been home and away against Celtic, but man, you have to play what's in front of you. So I'm not blaming Mikhailo Mudryk, like I'm sure you guys ain't, for just playing Celtic in a couple of them games. But he has really torn, and I'm going to say this in the best way possible, he's torn the right arsehole out of Celtic and a couple other teams in the Champions League. He didn't look shit against Real Madrid at all. I think he's got one more game against Real Madrid coming up, and I can't remember the other team in the group. So, Mikhailo Mudryk, £50 million, or would you go for Zaha, UE's mate Danilo, and Daniel Dicker at Frankfurt in Germany? Trusty, balling at Birmingham. I told you to watch him tonight. Oh, yes, and guess what? He scored a very elegant goal. Coutinho, balling at Blackpool. And, of course, as we all know, we have Florin Balogun smashing it at Reims, whatever you want to call them. Just call them a bit of Reims because they're Reims, that team in front. You know what they are? They're fucking Reims. So I'll tell you what, Reims have got Balogun, Blackpool have got Patino, and Trusty is at Birmingham. These 3, they come back into the Arsenal team next season. Will Patino get a chance? I'm talking as a number 10. Could Emil Smith Rowe, and I've suggested this before, could he be sold for good cash money for himself? And then you've got like 3 attacking midfielders to go next season. You have Vieira, Odegaard, and Patino. I'm talking from next season because Patino has got a season-long loan. I don't think that can be disturbed, which is probably good. I don't think Balogun can be disturbed either. And Trusty, I actually don't know the ins and outs of his loan deal. So, who knows? I'm not saying we should bring him back in January. Let him have the full season at Birmingham. He's played, like Hanyumi said, the agent. Agent Hanyumi, as always, he's literally played every single game for Birmingham. He's been ever-present. He's scored a couple of goals. And speaking to one, and yeah, it was only on Twitter, but to one Birmingham geezer, I just see him put something up about, what do you think of tonight's lineup, boys? I went, mate, Arsenal fan, just asking about Trusty. I'll print it for you boys in the group, innit? If you see what the geezer said, he went, mate, I shit you not. You must be a really good team, Arsenal, because for me, I know it's a level above and everything, or a couple of levels above, and you're a Premier League team, but, and I don't know what he sounded like. But but he basically said Trusty's been probably their best player this season. So Hanyumi kind of suggested we should be keeping an eye on this geezer. I'm going to move continuously on. I'll be getting into all the comments soon, people. So Patino, Trusty, Balogun, do they have Arsenal futures next season? How about like what's his name? Mikra, Biref and all that. Biref, he was meant to look good. Who else have we got on loan? What about that geezer, Aziz? Is he just shit? I think we've got a kid called Walters. He's actually still around. I don't know. If Arsenal need to raise money, and you couldn't do it in January, I don't think, because you couldn't get deals done fast enough, who would you sacrifice from the bunch? Tierney? Thomas Partey wouldn't go nowhere for me, not for a season or so, I think. I think even though he's injury prone, he pisses me off. You actually see how good he is when he plays. Or, in fact, let me put this differently. When Partey don't play, you certainly know we're no Partey team in the midfield. Right, Real Madrid, PSG, Arsenal, all watching Endrick. Now, allegedly, PSG have had, and this is a lot of gossip, but couple of gossips plus 2 equals 5 at a lot of times, but I've made it 4 this time, and I'm reading between the lines. Now, from what I'm hearing and reading and everything being suggested, PSG have offered about 17 million for this guy, totaling up to about 32 million euros, and blah, blah, blah. Allegedly, this offer has been turned down. Now, allegedly, again, money, Brazil isn't fucking perfect. Why here is, if they got anything between 40 and 45 mil, even if it was done on tick, like a drug deal, as I say, even if it was done on tick, that they will do this deal. So maybe a team like Arsenal, if we could club together £15 million in January, it isn't a foregone conclusion. We could get our hands on one of these Brazilian or wonder kids. Now, I know Endrick is 15, and I've only seen a few YouTube clips, but I don't give a fuck. If you can't give me Osman and that at 90 million quid because we ain't got 90 million to spend, if you couldn't give me Savage in, say, January because we ain't got 60, 70 million quid to spend on him, I'm telling you, you've got to bring me the kids, the world beaters, whether it's Ronaldo, central defender in Brazil, Gabriel Veron. I know there has been a Gabriel Veron that flopped out Chelsea and Man United, but no, there's an 18-year-old balling in Brazil, Gabriel Veron. Fuck is that fly doing there? And obviously, you've got players like Endrick. We're going to get back to him. PSG 30 million offer, blah blah blah, 40 million deal could be done. Arteta does like Mudrak very, 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 very much. Does that mean anything? Is this still possible, guys? Again, a lot of people have been suggesting, we know it's the media, and the media are full of this at the very best of times. But word is we're not broke, but we ain't got a lot in January, and that scares them. Say, Gooners. Real ones on this stream right now. Hanyumi, please, I hope you're still there. Even if it's Linda, anyone else listening silently, if we was level or even a single point ahead of Man City, come World Cup, and then we come back around Boxing Day, as far as I know, the 26th of December, if we're level or even better, a point ahead of these fuckers, come January, guys, why ain't the board going to say, do you know what, here's 100 mil, spend it wisely, Arteta, you can't get sacked, spend it wisely, go have a title tilt. As Wenger said, there has been no mad outstanding team this season, apart from the Haaland guy. There's been an outstanding player. Is there an outstanding team? I know you could say this about a lot of teams, but if you was to take Haaland and all his goals away from Man City, how shit hot have they honestly been? Balogun's still firing, right? Man City, Barca, PSG, and by the way, a couple of things I might repeat myself. Mudrak, the story's gone so crazy as the day has gone on. First, we've had words with the chairman. He's a 60, 70 million pound player. Then he started saying, "Oh, I don't know about all these Real Madrids and Barcelonas, but Arsenal, Man City have contacted us, and I want 80 million." A couple of hours later, allegedly, the Shakhtar Donetsk chairman has come out and started screaming, "I want the tune about if this player's worth this much, well then Mikhailo Mudrik's got to be worth 100 million." Now, I know a lot of chairmen are going to do this. They're going to big up their player. And the thing is, Shakhtar are looking like they're about to fuck off out of the Champions League. And you have to stay with me. You have to stay with me. There's a couple of vital things I'm going to start touching. Literally, I'm going to start touching them, guys, okay? Saliba talks up in Dicker, but where is his new contract? Now, guys, this could be breaking news. I've heard Gabriel Martinelli has signed a new contract for Arsenal. It is a 6-year deal on £200,000 a week. I'm not sure if this is 100%, but feeling as a motherfucker, I would say my guy's right, and the deal's probably going to be announced very soon. Gabriel Martinelli has signed, allegedly, a contract at Arsenal on £200,000 a week. Can I get some fucking comments on the screen, please? Xhaka, new deal next. Guys, I do worry about Saka and my boy Saliba. Where are their deals? But anyway, Xhaka, well done. Chairman, we wanted, as I've just touched, 80 million for Mudryk. That went up to 100 million, but an hour later. Guys, what do you think of a little wobble? 2-0 versus PSV, which obviously I couldn't do a watch along for. I apologise. Technical issues in fucking the village, I'm going to say. Village fucking problems for fucking village people. Now, I believe Dave Seaman lives in fucking village. Might not be saying village as me, but David Seaman fucking lives in village. Like last time I phoned Dave Seaman, he was like telling me how good his Wi-Fi was, and I got broadband the size of my fucking ponytail. How the fuck I can't get on WhatsApp? I couldn't fucking tell you. Anyways, we must fix up, guys. What do you think about this season? Could it fall apart? Neves, his agent, allegedly has come out and told Arsenal and Liverpool, do not bother in January. Don't bid. There's no point. Ruben will not join another Premier League club. Not because he doesn't like the Premier League. Barcelona, Barcelona have made the phone call. And Barcelona said he's on his way. And we are making a bid for you soon. Barcelona, Neves, deal to be done very soon. Probably in January, guys. Mikhailo, I love this guy's name. Mechanic the coach. Milan Kovic-Savic. Jesus. Arsenal and Man United, a definite interest in January, 60 million. So, guys, I don't get it. 1 minute we'll be linked with Savic, and we are prepared to do a £50 million deal that gives them Lokonga. Next minute we're skint. We can't even buy a fucking feather duster to put up Xhaka's fucking arse. Do you know what I mean? I don't get the media sometimes. Arsenal versus Forest, guys. How can we change things? Can we freshen things up? Do you want to freshen things up? Is this 1 to 11 perfect? Have we got anything else? Is there a chance for Vieira? Would you start putting Tommy where he should play at right back, or is it time for Tommy to fuck off out of the team again? Left back. If Zinni's not back, do you play Tommy there, or is it Tierney? Guys, get it in the comments, please. Centre back, we know sealed at the moment. It seems to be Gabriel and Saliba. I'd honestly say Ben White, and you know I'm not the biggest Ben White fan. I think it's almost time he got a chance on the left side of the fence, isn't it? Because even though he signed a new deal and I'm delighted, Gabriel's been pissing me off over the last couple of weeks. Slightly fixed up against PSV. I'd like to say congratulations, and I'll send you a Blue Peter badge now, Gabriel. You know what I mean? You've been here a few seasons, mate. I expect nothing fucking less than that, mate. Do you know what I mean? Guys, now, this is where things get interesting. Because I've heard a lot of people, had Newmies put it out there, about Arteta getting to the final, or better still, even winning this Europa League. And Yemi, did you know Barcelona, Juventus, Seville, Atletico, Salzburg, and Shakhtar Donetsk are all pretty much guaranteed to be playing Europa League after Christmas? I've looked at their groups, and it doesn't seem mathematically, and I've looked at them closely. A couple of things can change, but Barca can't get Champions League football. Juve are fucked as far as I'm concerned. Shakhtar can't get the top 2 places. Atletico cannot break into the top 2 places in group fuck, whatever it is they're in. Group fuck, group hell. You know what I mean? I know Liekers would probably tell, Jesus Christ, there's a name from a long time ago. Sophie Rose, how you doing, girl? I'm going to get into the comments soon, guys, so please bear with me. 2 more bits and pieces I want to get over with. Barcelona, Juventus, Seville, Atletico, Salzburg, and Shakhtar all will be bouncing into the Europa League as of after Christmas. No Champions League for Mikhailo Mudryk. Does that open up all Premier League talk and a move to Arsenal again? Last couple of bits, guys. Arteta Dream Boys. When I say Dream Boys, I've heard this again. This could be totally false. This could be absolute blowjob. But I've been told if Arteta had his wish and had £100 million to spend, or even 120, sorry, whatever it was banded around on this ridiculous report, the two footballers Arteta would go to change Arsenal season and to make us title contenders next season, unbelievably, would be Milan Kovac-Savic and Dusan Vlahovic. Why the fuck we still getting spoke about with Dusan Vlahovic absolutely shocks me. So, guys, the key points for tonight's show that I want to get into immediately. Martinelli, £200,000 a week. Is this a good deal? 6-year deal. Cody Gakpo, any takers at £30 million? If I gave you boys £50 million to spend, would you spend all 50 of it if you could get him for 50? 50 from a Jack? Or say the board was going to let us off. Say they really did want 65. And then, all right, cool, we agreed to 65 deal. Would you put 45 million up front, owing them £20 million in cash money? Like that. Or, alternatively, for about the same 50 million, would you try and go and get yourself Danilo from Palmeiras, 21 years old, a 23-year-old left-footed centre-back called Ivan Ndicka from Frankfurt, Eintracht of Frankfurt, in Germany, and last but not least, the geezer that's been fouled the most in the Premier League this season, the geezer that's won the most free kicks in the Premier League this season, the geezer who's actually started playing really well consistently for Crystal Palace this season, Wilfred of Zaha. I reckon if you put 10, 15 down for Zaha, 10, 15 down for Ndicka, 20 million down for Danilo, nothing more than 50 million quid, you've got 3 decent footballers there. In fact, I think fucking Wilfred is more than decent. Guys, get into the comments, please. Mudryk at £50 million or Zaha, Danilo, Ndicka. Lee Akers, Sophie Rose, Linda, Hanyumi, Yui. Grab all over that, please. Is a deal possible for Mikhailo Mudryk? Get that into the comments. Charlie Patino, Trusty, Austin, and Florian Balogun. Would these 3 be coming back to fight for a first-team spot next season for you guys? So, that's Austin Trusty, Charlie Patino, and Florian Balogun. Are these guys coming back to fight for first-team opportunities next season? Guys, if you had to sell anyone to bring the dream players in, the dream footballers I'm talking about, I'm talking the Savage, if you like him. I'm talking another striker to partner or even be direct competition with Jesus, a winger of the class of Mikhailo Mudryk. Is there any sacrifices you would make within the AFC team right now? Would Tierney be sold for you? Would Emil Smith-Rowe be sold for you? I don't know. Is there anyone that you would sell there to try and finance bigger and better things for this club? Guys, I'm going to jump into the comments now for a few minutes. Let's see what everyone is saying. Whoa, what have I just done? What did I just do? Never mind, crack on, never broke it. It didn't break it, so don't worry about it. Guys, what do you think of the badge behind me? It looks fucking super sexy, innit? Seriously. Brap. I'm loving it. I'm going to do something with this wall here. I do appreciate it. Looks at it there. Right, you my bro. Get some marmalade, bro. Get some, marmalade. What was I saying? What you saying, my G? Lokonga is so bad, man. Yeah, bro. Lokonga, that's the other one. So Lokonga, Smith-Rowe, Tierney. I make that if you can sell a player £90 million worth of player. If I told you you're getting Mudryk, Endrick, Ndicka, Grimaldo, the left back at Benfica. So basically, if I told you get Grimaldo and Ndicka, 2 left-footed defenders, Danilo, Mikhailo Mudryk, and Endrick, the striker, would you take that? And would you sacrifice a Tierney or 2? Just saying. Big up all the real ones, guys. I would like a couple of direct answers to what I'm asking you. I'm the host and I want the answers. I want the fucking answers on the table, please. Because I'm asking some interesting bits. Danilo, Zaha. You can't Ndicka 50 million quid, or would you go with Mudryk at the same 50 million quid? How about the players on loan? Is any of them attracting? Is any of them doing good enough that they could become first-team players next season? So I'll answer the question. Might not Trusty scoring from flick ones, you know. What if the board did something, the same thing they did last January? Bro, if they did, then I reckon, honestly, Hazard, it's all on how I blame Hazard in. Hashtag blame Hazard. And that's a bit deep, I suppose, but you know what I mean. Bro, if that happens, it's unforgivable. See, someone come into the stream. Do you remember Halen Will was in the stream the other day and he's like, Dan, if there's something I'm going to, literally, I'm going to promise to you as my fucking good white brother, I promise you, bro, we've learned from previous mistakes and we're not doing that same shit again. We will. Don't listen to anyone. We shall spend big in January. That's what Halen Will is telling me, bros. We're going to spend big. We're not going out there just for 1 or 2 players. We'll go for 3 or 4 if we can. If we can get the deals all done that we want, we'll go for 3 or 4 players. The newspapers, the radios, certain Sky pundits are alleging that we're skint again. Not skint, but to the tune of 40-50 million pounds. Get into the comments, my people. Please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you is new. What are you saying, Sophie Rolls? What are you saying, Hangumi? Marseille want Nuno on a pool. Apparently they're offering £12 million. Tell us put another 5, 6, 7, 8. Put 8 to that. Make it 20. Fuck it. I was going to say I'll drive him. He's already out there. So yeah, fuck it. So if you can get 20 for Tavares, say we really have got 50 to spend. 70 with Tavares. 100 mil with Tierney. Now, what would you do with that 100 mil? So you got 50 million from the kindness of Kroenke's heart, and you've raised 50 million by selling Tierney and Tavares at 30 and 20 million pound a pop. But 2 left backs though. Would you go and get a free transfer left back? Grimaldo, free at the end of the season. Barcelona used to be a Barcelona academy product. Plays for Benfica, is their number 1 left back. He's also their free kick taker, and he takes a decent free kick. Just saying, shot on goal or whipping him into the fucking area. Would you take Grimaldo to replace Tierney? Reasonably the same age. Reasonably the same age as well. Would you take Ndicka at a bargain 10 million quid? Would you take Zaha at a bargain 12 million quid? As I said, the question I ask on Twitter again, don't want to make you all bored and make people's ears bleed. Zaha, Danilo, and Ndicka, or the same 50 which go from Mudryk. And here's another question. In theory, if Marseille offered and said they'll get it all done in January, 20 million quid, Tavares, and Aston Villa bid 30 million for the King Tierney, because remember, Emre did sign him, would you take that 50 million pound and then use that 50 million pound to perhaps go get your Mudryk? And then you've got another 50 million to spend from the kindness of the good American Kroenke's heart. Guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Neves is off in January, Danny. AFC TV, always the first one. Yep, most definitely. And we all know where he's going as well, bro. Because again, I was first on that. Shouts out to you, Hagnini, and thanks for the love. And you're just an honest guy. You ought to be saying it if I was wrong on it. But yeah, he's going Barcelona, bros. Allegedly, and I know Lee Akers would beat the agent up, but apparently he said Liverpool and Arsenal. It's almost like saying, no Irish employee. Like literally, yeah. Don't even have a bid. You're not even allowed to make a bid. You don't even bid. Don't waste the fucking pen and the ink. Don't even make an effort. Because apparently it's not done. Barcelona are just going to start what they're doing best, innit? They're going to start haggling and then start telling Wolves, well, he wants to join us. So we're not giving you over 18 million quid. In fact, he's going to go on strike. He doesn't want to play for you no more. He's been there 3-4 years. Release him. But he wants to go now. In fact, we're so cheeky that we're called Barcelona. We want you to terminate his contract so he can join us for fuck all. Hashtag fucking ask Manny. Sorry, hashtag Bellerin. Do you know what I mean? Shouts out. Where is Manny this evening? Where is everyone? Let me jump onto this. Hello, Sophie. I know, bro. It's always like this when we're in this competition. Last season, Europa League, teams are rubbish. Yeah, bro. And then at Christmas, it all becomes different, bro. Barcelona, Seville. Seville are no mugs in the Europa League. You know, they've won it 3-4 times in a row. Barcelona, Juventus, Shakhtar. Don't know where I wrote it, man. Shakhtar, Atletico Madrid are pretty certain, unless they lose, they might get nothing. You know what I mean? Lombard Camp. Whoa. Oh, man, he's in the stream. I'd take Zaha over Mudryk. So that means you're getting Zaha, Danilo, and Ndicka for the same 50 million. So if you had 50 million to spend, would you be happy putting that 50 on Zaha, Danilo, and Ivan Ndicka? Guys, please be getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. 24 and a piece minutes in. Good evening, brothers. Yes, Manny, you're entitled because you've missed your Europa League slot on Thursday. If you would like to do some sort of reaction to PSV or perhaps a reaction on Sunday, excellent. It wasn't deliberate, browse. Internet, village. I got villaged. All right, that's what I'm going to say. Faith in us. Oh, I wish I played for us, but I don't know, to be frank. Neither do I, mate. Chin chin. We shall, and we may sell Lukonga, I reckon, Rose. Real Madrid insist that Mbappe chapter is closed. Jude Bellingham is the big target. Wow. Shouts out to UE. UE. That could be a breaking news one here. Shouts out to UE on this. Real Madrid have insisted that the Mbappe thing is done. You turned us down once. You mugged us off in public once. Waste man. Jude Bellingham. That could blow the... But listen, they can't get everyone. They can't go get Jude Bellingham. They can't go and take the Brazilian kid I want, Endrick. They can't go and take fucking... I don't know. I'm going to make someone up in a minute. UE. They can't take UE. My belly, you never take my UE away. Listen, they can't be doing... They can't do deals for everyone, surely. Surely. Is Tillerman going to sign for free for us next year? I don't think so. I think he's too fat. Do you know what, bros? There's something about this geezer I don't like. Like, listen, don't get it wrong. I'll take him on a free. But you know what, Lundberg? This is why Arsenal are not a top 14. Bros, hand on your heart. Is he a better footballer than Granit Xhaka? Because this is where the real problem lies at Arsenal Football Club. We signed the same as. Lieka's trusting what I say on this one, I guarantee. We signed the same as. When I say the same as, I mean, we need better than Partey. We need better than Xhaka. Or what the fuck's the point doing it? Who's Lukonga? Fuck off. El Neni? I don't mind having him there scrapping on 50 grand a week running around, you know what I mean? That's lovely. Everyone needs an El Neni. I subscribe to that. But when one of your main two is injured, it's El Neni or nothing. Like Lukonga's, and we know he's injured at the moment, so don't start. So Lukonga's a shithole. How he ever, Arteta, thought Guendouzi was a shitter footballer than Lukonga, like. He must have been smoking a crack spliff the size of Hackney or something. Like, he literally must have went Mare Street and got high or something. That's all I can think. Because straight-faced, you're telling me Lukonga's a better footballer than Matteo Guendouzi. You're a fucking idiot. If you're trying to tell me that, I don't care if it's one of the real ones, you're a fucking idiot. You're an absolute dag. You're an absolute dag of a person. If you're trying to straight-face tell me that Lukonga is a better footballer than Guendouzi. In fact, you're a gabshite. A gabshite. Liekos, do you agree with me that they're a gumshite if they suggest that Lukonga is better than Guendouzi? Right, Seville, multiple winners, yep, under a certain Unai Emery. Oh, indeed, and then you've got a certain Real Madrid, a very certain Juventus, a certain Atletico Madrid. Now, that's 4 fucking good teams out of Spain alone. Should we add the rest? I don't think this Europa League is as winnable as we thought about a month ago. He's too fat for me. I'm cheeky. He's a bit of a fat bastard. I don't like him. Don't like his attitude. There's something I despise him. And he's not better than Granit. And he's not better than Thomas Partey. So no, I don't want him. Give me Salcedo. Give me Declan Rice. Give me Ruben Neves, which is impossible. See, Danilo isn't better, but I will take him at £20 million, 15, £20 million. I think at 21, a late possibility for the Brazilian World Cup squad. This is what I've been reading and hearing. Not hearing, reading. I say it straight. I've been reading he could be a late contender for the Brazil squad. I also hear that Trusty in that process, Austin Trusty could be a late person knocking down the world door for a certain US of A. US of A. I'm going to check this for tomorrow's stream. Not that I was an American. Hangumi might be a bit American. Weston McKenna. Trust in the process. I don't know what strikers they've got. That winger at Borussia Dortmund's American. What's his name? I don't know. America might have a few good players. They might kick the shit out of England. Evening all in the chat from Ask Money. If you want to win the Europa, you have to buy 3 quality players. Well, here's another thing. Mudrak is cup tied. We wouldn't be able to play Mudrak in any Europa League game, mate, because he's played Champions League football. I do believe that rule is still in existence. Hashtagless Ask Manny while he's here. Irishman is out to play. It absolutely is indeed. And if you would like to tell me something, Manny, is the rule still in place that if you've played the Champions League football, does that in fact mean that you can't? You can't play Europa League football after fucking January. Do you know what I mean? And Manny, what's your opinion? Zaha, Ndika. Oh, Ndika has played fucking European football this season. I was about to say all three of them could play for us. Danilo, Ndika, and Zaha. Well, fuck it. 2 out of the 3 could play. Zaha could play Europa League football, and Ndika could give Gabriel a break. Nope, not Ndika. Danilo could give Xhaka a break. What do you think, boys and girls? What do you think, boys and girls? Guys, please give us likes on the video. I'd ignore Tillemans, to be honest. Absolutely. That's what I would do. I'd ignore him. I'd absolutely ignore Tillemans. If we were serious about Tillemans, we should have done it. And then we started bidding for Douglas Luiz. So, mate, I take it. It was all media speculation. I don't ever think we wanted Tillemans, mate. It wouldn't have been mission impossible to get Tillemans over the line last summer. So, Lee, I think that one is sailed. I predict 3-0 Arsenal on Sunday. Interesting. We're going to have to get into that. All of my big rant there, I haven't much mentioned Forest on Sunday. I think it's because I'm pretty much shitting myself about... I think it's the Sunday after. It's Chelsea away. It's Harry Potter and Aubameyang versus Arsenal. And you know what? That doesn't turn me on. Do I fucking not like that? Aubameyang's going to score fucking 2. Currently, the way we're fucking playing, Aubameyang gets fucking 2, and don't be surprised if Harry Potter comes off bench and fucking heads one in from corner. Fucking manager or not, you bastards. That's exactly what I believe. Arsenal women doing well. They could be record breakers against West Ham, I do believe, in their next game. Right. Any predictions for Nottingham Forest, guys? What do you think? Remember, Europa League football would be able, Danilo would be able to play Europa League football, and so also would the other guy that I was talking about, Wilfried Zaha. Does these make these deals more doable? Does it make them more plausible? Or should we just go for Mikhailo Mudryk and put all our eggs? Listen, Liakers, Hangini, UE, all of the real ones. I promise you, and I promise you 1,000 times, I have watched, I have studied this guy. He's got a great first touch. He's got a great second touch. He's got a great eye for goal. He can hit the ball left-footed, right-footed. Mikhailo Mudryk fits every single thing that we need. And he's 21 years old. Like, what more do you want? He's left and right-footed. He runs at people with pace. He's fucking all over exceptional. I say fucking Mikhailo Mudryk. Do you know what I mean? Yep. Don't be surprised if Harry does come on and get a quick goal. I do believe Aubameyang's going to score 2 against us, bruv. I don't know if it's the way current form is going. I don't know if it's Aubameyang's going to slightly quiet. I just feel he's due a goal at Chelsea and he's going to get fucking 2 against us. Seriously, feeling as a motherfucker. Yeah, we're going to get beat 3-1. Aubameyang scores 2. That's my prediction so far. Unless we do something extraordinary against Forest and look like we're back and we give a fuck again. And we are trying to fucking be a top 14. Because the way we played the last couple of games, Leeds for me was a massive warning, guys. I don't care what any of you say. Leeds, even though we won, was the writing was on the fucking wall. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, guys, I need to send out a text message. Shut up, man. Fuck me. Fucking noise all over the gap. You're not supposed to fucking hear anything in the fucking country. For fuck's sake. Now my TV's gone AWOL. There you go. Internet's going to go down again. Guys, how's the picture? How am I sounding? Because if I was to take a guess, my internet's fucking broken again. Look, TV's having nothing. Can't watch Sky Sports News or nothing here. Right, UEFA regulations stated that with a few exceptions, players who play in the European club competition are subsequently cup-tied with respect to all other competitions. So as I said, Mudryk wouldn't be able to play, but people like Zaha, Danilo plays in Brazil, so there's no European competition out there. And I'm afraid to say Crystal Palace haven't been in the European competition, I think ever. I've never seen Palace in Europe. That's actually there, isn't everyone? Hashtag Ask Manny. Now, I don't think we have to ask Manny on this one. I've never seen Palace. I've seen Norwich in Europe and fucking Champions League. Fucking, was it? Matt Goss or something scored against Bayern Munich. Unbelievable. On the 27th March, UEFA announced that it would phase out the cup-tied rule for the Champions League and Europa League starting in 2019 season. So does that mean if you play Champions League football, you're probably free to play Europa League football? Does that mean that? Huh. Very interesting. My TV is telling me to try again. Why would you want me to try again? What would you like me to try? You stupid cunt. What would you like me to try? Oh, God. This fucking country shit's no joke, is it, people? It either works or it doesn't. And right now it don't work. Can't you just throw it out the window or something now? What the fuck is all this, you fucking village fucking fired piece of shit? Fucking hell. Do you know what the village is good for, people? Retiring or dying. Retiring or straight dying. What's this? I can't get shit to work, fucking. Right. So to answer your question, Mudrak could join Arsenal and play in the Europa. I stand corrected, but again, Donetsk might want him to leave, and we might not have a role for him in January. Not want him to leave. No. They're only going to fucking have Europa League football now. They surely ain't rich enough, strong enough, and powerful enough to start fucking saying, like, if they had have been a Europa League, Champions League team come January, then who knows? It could have been a much more difficult deal, raising the P ever so higher. I believe with them flopping in the Champions, not flopping as such, but you know what I mean, not qualifying makes it your player is now available. That's what that translates for me, Manny. I say go for him in the summer. You've made that question also a lot harder for me. See, when I asked myself the question, would I go for Zaha, Danilo, and Indica for 50 million or Mikhailo Mudrak? Remember, I've watched this guy closely. I've seen Zaha for years. Yes. I'm impressed. Yes. I like him. Yes. Everything I'm seeing from this 21-year-old, mate, his first touch is elegant. His little sprints over 20, 30 yards are fucking electrifying. He runs with the ball like Pele. I'm not going to say like Pele, but he runs with the ball like a little genius. He's got two good foot in him, bruv. He's left-footed, yes, but he can cut inside. Not just the other day against Celtic. I've seen it more than that. He can cut inside and bang one on his right foot. Bruv, I told you, I shouldn't be forced to go and scout someone. When I tell you I've got a feeling about someone, the feeling is already right. When I go scout them and I come back a month or two later and tell you he's fucking bona fide, man, you take it from me. This is a footballer that shouldn't. That looks really weird. It's half a crammed wall and then half an empty wall. That's fucking off key. I'm going to sort that tomorrow. Zaha will be a decent option. I just wonder if this returns. Might start. If not, why? Why would it? He's joining the team that has always probably given him an erection in life. The team that's always made him smile. Brothers, he's an Arsenal fan. He puts his kids in Arsenal shirts. Not that that really matters, but I just mean passionately, him and his family are all Arsenal fans. South London or not. The guy has pleaded for years. He's even had his friends, yeah. He's pretended his social media accounts were hacked because he had begged he was coming to Arsenal, blah, 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 and said his friend done it as a joke and etc. Mate, he was sat right next to his friend blazing a spliff saying, yeah, go on, put it out there that I want to join Arsenal. Yeah, man. But he was behind all of it. He's wanted to join us for absolutely years. Cam, the first question I'm going to ask for you. If I gave you 50 million potatoes, 50 million potatoes to spend, 50 million potatoes, no less, would you buy yourself Mudrak for them 50 million potatoes? Or would you buy yourself? And this is me, yes, I'm making the rules. Mudrak is now a 50 million footballer, and Zaha and Dika and Danilo, you can also have for 50 million pounds. So, I'll start again. For 50 million potatoes, would you sign yourself Mikhailo Mudrak? Roddy's in the building, so Roddy, let's start again. For 50 million potatoes, would you sign yourself Mikhailo Mudrak for 50 million potatoes? Or would you sign yourself Zaha, Danilo, and Ivan and Dika for 50 million potatoes? Please get the likes in the comments and the fucking video. And tell me, where would you put your, if you had 50 million potatoes to spend, where would you put your 50 million fucking potatoes? Mudrak or Zaha, Danilo, and of course, because I forgot his name again, Zaha, Danilo, and Ivan and Dika. So where would you put your 50 million potatoes? Limberkamp, I want to know what you'd spend your 50 million potatoes on. Manny, what would you spend your 50 million potatoes on? And of course, Hussein Juma. Alarm saved because Hussein Juma is here. Hussein Juma. I'm going to speak totally normal because it's you, bros. if you had 50 million to spend in January, I'm sure you get the actual gist of what I'm saying. Would you spend 50 million pound on Mikhailo Mudryk, or would you spend 50 million pound on Zaha, Ndicka, and oh god, I can't stop doing it to myself. Zaha, Ndicka, and Danilo. So would you put 50 million quid in their baskets, or just Mikhailo Mudryk? Now I'm going to let you know that I have been watching Mikhailo Mudryk religiously. Every Champions League he's played, and I've caught one. Did I catch a cup game of theirs recently? I don't know if there was. I'm not going to lie. I've caught a couple of. Listen, I've been watching Mudryk for about 5-6 weeks now, and after my 6 weeks of study, I make it Mikhailo Mudryk must sign for Arsenal. He's got 2 feet. He's nippy. He runs at players and shits the life out of them. Yeah, I want Mikhailo Mudryk badly. I slightly agree with Manny though. I think it is a deal that can be done more in the summer. And if we had 50 million. If we had 50 million potatoes to spend in January, I'd rather get 3 for the price of 1. When I say 3 for the price of 1, I mean Zaha, Ndicka, and Danilo. Danilo, he almost sounds Irish. Should we get a little Irish boy in from Ireland? Called Danilo. I mean, Donetsk might not want us. Why not? Why? They're a Europa League team. They're the same as Arsenal. They're a Europa League team, bro. It's nothing to fuss about. He goes where I fucking tell him to. You listen to me, Sam. If I fucking say Mikhailo's available, fucking Mikhailo's fucking available. All right, Manny? Donetsk, 150 million, I think. No. Not on the very hairless chin of my very chin, mate. If you've been hearing that little ranting wanker of a Shakhtar Donetsk club, the geezer that runs that shit, yeah, he's been ranting all sorts of wank. Seriously, he's been giving it. If this player's worth that, then my guy's worth £80 million. Then he's come out. He's done a really cheeky one. He says, I don't know about Madrid and Barcelona being interested, but I can guarantee that Arsenal and Man City have made inquiries in regard to signing my player Mikhailo Mudryk. Now you're causing a drama when you say that, because you're getting Man City involved. They're a lot richer than us, and that's what he said. He said if Grealish is worth £100 million, and I do quotes. Here we go. I've remembered it. Wallah. That's because June is in the building. Wallah. If Grealish is worth £100 million, F you, so too is Mikhailo Mudryk. And I can tell you just from watching the 2 footballers, Grealish for years, Mikhailo Mudryk for 6 weeks. I would take Mudryk as well, taking everything into consideration: age, technique, scoring ability, passing ability, dribbling ability, short passing, range of long passing. Listen, Mikhailo for me has got everything. Can he perform this exact trick in the Premier League? That's all we've got to ask ourselves. Guys, please hit the fucking likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new, because I am the best. Good evening. And yes, you'll have to stop doing the good evening, bros, because guess what? He's back in the country and he doesn't want to see you talking like him. He said, listen, do me a that. He phoned me. Good evening, Danny. Good evening. You've got this prick on your stream who always says good evening. Tell him if he's making a mug of me, I'll come over there and kick him in his ass. I don't know how, I can't remember how Unai talks, but Unai is actually pissed off that you keep mugging him off. He said he'll smash Gary Lineker's face in again if he does that shit again as well. So there you go. What's up, down the man? Good evening. I've had it confirmed that I can say good evening, all right? Good evening to Hussein Juma, my main man. I love this geezer. Hussein, give me a word of wisdom, give me your thoughts. Rodney, give me a word of wisdom and give me your thoughts. Everyone, I've given you a couple of pointers here. Come on, £50 million. If you've got that to spend, is it Zaha, Danilo, and Ndicka, or is it just Mudryk? If you could finance within the club and you could raise another £50 million, would you sell Lokonga at 20 and Tierney at 30 million just to finance a boost in January? Say to me, all right, Kronk has given us 50 million from the kindness of his little bastard American art. If you could boost that by another £50 million, would you sacrifice Tierney and Lokonga now? And we've got £100 million to spend in the January window. Guys, get the likes on the video. Give me subscribe if you're new. And could you please answer the questions that I'm directly answering for you? Would you make 50 million, 100 million, but sell Tierney and Lokonga? I stand corrected on Zaha. And why spend 50? Well, I stand corrected on Zaha. Very well done. Brilliant player, bros. Arsenal fan. So is his kids, so is his granddad. Like, no, brothers. We've all known Zaha for years. I don't know. Maybe you don't. Maybe you never liked Zaha, so maybe you never really followed him like that. I've followed Zaha for years. I like the guy. I've always thought he was unlucky not to get a bigger move than Crystal Palace, mate. Whether it was Arsenal, Tottenham, I would have never begrudged him that bigger move. I know he did go Man United when he was about 19, but that was probably a bit. That's when Man United really was Man United, and it was probably a bit too soon for him. Will Arsenal beat Forest on Sunday, Dan? Mate, we've got to. If we're to be taken seriously, we've absolutely. Mate, goodbye. See, you come in like that. Goodbye. Absolutely goodbye. Like, do you know what I mean? Address the man with respect, innit? You're blocked now, innit? Not even in timeout. You're blocked, bro. Got sock on your mum. Address me like the father that I am, innit? Say good evening, father. May I talk in your chat, father? Come back like that. You might have some joy. Good evening, Dad. Dad, do you mind me being here? Dad, do you mind me talking? And I'll give you a yes or a no, son. Son, okay? Son, fuck about like that again. Son. Don't jump on the mud truck. Why not? Why not? Why not? And don't jump the gun on mud truck yet. If Darnes beat Leipzig in the final game, they'll qualify for the next stage. Well, they're not going to, are they? Because I've already just told you it's not going to happen. So, nope, they finish in third. Hashtag Ask Danny. Not fucking many. No, I'm joking, man. I'm joking. In the summer, we can go hunt for more player, hopefully, if things turn right this season. Well, this is how can they turn right, bro? If things are, for me, like a pint of milk that you've had sitting on the side for 4 days, it's getting fucking sour. I'm seeing the sour. I can smell it. Leeds United was sour. God knows. Allah knows how we got away. And sorry, I'm not disrespecting no one or anything. But God knows how we got away with 3 points there. Southampton could have got beat there as well. PSV, not a brilliant team. Dealt with us. It's not good, guys. Come on, this is as bad as when we're going for top 4 and then Southampton, Newcastle, and everyone else kicked the fuck out of us last season. It's shit. And this is why I love you, bros, because it's not even a risk for me. Guys, we've got 14, 15 minutes left of the stream. Get your likes in, get your subscriptions in, get everything in. Fucking how long is in fucking place? What are you saying, my people? Yes, Ty. See you tomorrow as well, brother. Listen, you man. Listen, man. Did you not ban? Oh, he's gone. I've just blocked him for life, bros. He's gone. Look, that's probably him on the Twitter. Oh, Juma. There isn't one. What did you say? Where's that? Good evening. No, mate, 100%. Juma, nope, we've got loads of from Manny here. Manny, Lumbercamp, Cam, Rodney, Juma, good evening. I'm probably looking in the wrong place. Hello, Linda. No, mate, then there, that's all I've got from you, mate. Hello, Linda, good evening, and that's all I've got from you. I agree, 50 million is not a risk. We're jamming. Yeah, he's gone. Even if Mudryk is a super player, we need multiple players, not just one. Our bench, aha, I think I've just found it. So sorry, bros. Okie dokie. So then, guys, that means, and I have just put a poll out on Twitter about this exact question. I believe it's the Danilo Indica. So what do you think? All right. What's your thoughts, Hussein Jumas? Just you, literally. What's your thoughts on Danilo and how much you've seen of him, if anything? Let's be real, because he's a Palmeiras kid. What's your thoughts on Indica? He plays Germany, Frankfurt. I'm sure you'd have touched him once or twice. Not touched him personally, but seen him once or twice. And Wilfred Zaha, give me your honest. Right, no bullshit. Just give me right from the Juma heart, right the way Juma speaks all the time. Tell me what the fuck you think about them 3 players. And is that a £50 million risk for them 3? I think, listen, there was a time Zaha would have been worth 50 million by himself. If you can get me Zaha, Indica, and Danilo for £50 million, and 2 out of 3, if not 3 out of 3, can all play in the Europa League after Christmas, I think that enhances our Europa League chances. It enhances our top four chances. And we're a better all-round team. Tyler, do you know anything about Indica, Danilo? I know you know Wilfred Zaha. You're not stupid. But do you know anything about Danilo and do you know anything about Ivan Indica? Because I believe Arsenal could get all three of them guys signed, sealed, and fucking delivered for £50 million. And that there is listen, mate, certain people's left foot is worth more than £50 million these days. So to get three players as good as them, do you know what I mean? One of them is an international, Zaha, Ivory Coast, whatever, don't care. Danilo probably will break into the Brazilian team sooner or later. Ivan Indica, he's got people like William Saliba ahead of him for France, so he's struggling. Do you know what I mean? Hey, Linda. If Gary Lineker wasn't a legend for England, I'd be mugging him off as a right threat. Is that because of the good evening comments? Oh, look, Matteo was blocked. There you go. He tried to pop back in. Matteo was blocked. Arsenal could do an experienced striker. Okay, what do you think of this geezer Turini at FC Porto? I've noticed in the last 2-3 Champions League games. Is he Algerian? No, he's Iranian, I think. I think he's from Iran. What is your thoughts, guys? If any of you have honestly seen the FC Porto striker, I watched them the other night. They're a fucking good team. I also like, well, who do I like? Is it Sporting as well? They've got a geezer called Pepe, even though any player called Pepe would make me have a heart attack. But they've got a geezer called Pepe. They've got a couple of players I like in Portugal right about now. Gemma, hold on, let's just see what was this. Arsenal could do with, yep, I know that one. Right, Gemma got an Arsenal top with Jesus on the back. She has, oh my God. So she dates an Arsenal fan and fucks off the West Ham. Oh, Gemma, what have you done? Oh, Gemma, what have you done? A bloke is Arsenal. She's only fucked off the boys. Oh, Gemma, what have you done? I think it's fucking hilarious. Do you know what I think you should do, Gemma? I think you should rip your not in a derogatory way, of course, but rip your West Ham top in half or 3/4 length, whatever Cam thinks is more appropriate. I think you should rock that here to the next Arsenal West Ham game as a fucking mini skirt or something. Arsenal top on, Jesus on the back, but then you mindfuck everyone by wearing this little fucking skirt with West Ham. So you've got to cut it properly. So you've got Pony or whatever makes their kit on one side, and then you've got the West Ham badge on the other fucking side. What do you think of that one, Cam? Skirt West Ham, and of course you can't cut Jesus in half, can you? Hasn't burnt it. I don't like it. Well, how dare you come into my fucking live chat and be contrary with me? Huh. I'd like to see you for a little meeting tomorrow. A spliff. A meeting, we'll call it. Okay? Fuck you. You should have said it as well. Why don't you go next to the Henri thing, Dan, and take a picture? A big spliff in your mouth, you dickhead. New home top on. All posing like a cunt up at the fucking camera. I looked down, bro, the thing was on fire. You cunt! Fuck! I've never felt cunt. I've never felt so robbed of 70 note. I wanted to go back and rough it. I bought it 2 minutes ago. I was going to say hello. Yes, I put it on my skin, but look at the chill receipt. That was 4 minutes ago. How the fuck? I don't even smoke. How could I have done that? Me smoke? Are you accusing me of smoking? You little bastard! I'm phoning the fucking police. You're accusing me of being a smoker. We'll get a DNA test out here. We'll get a fucking test. We'll get any kind of test they'll give me to see if I fucking smoke or not, you bastards. I know, bro. Guys want to kiss me or something. I fucking don't get it. 50 million on multiple players right now. Yep. Since we need more players to cover our back. Most definitely. So, Danilo, again, 21 years old. Decent footballer. Ivan Indica, 23 years old. Brilliant footballer. Wilfred Zaha, he's knocking 30. But still a brilliant fucking footballer. Well, many good nights to you. I'll see you in about 6.5 minutes, I suppose. You'll be back in 6.5, giving it X, Y, and Z. Good morning, people. Just had my nap. I will push mine a little to Exactly. Same as Saka, bros. And Saka, I think they're both reasonably from the same area, these two. These two will probably just naturally get on. I reckon Saka, Zaha gets on. They're both Londoners. Yeah, I think they get on. I think it'll be a harmonious thing. I think Zaha's humble enough and he would come and play a bit part role because he genuinely loves the club. I don't think Manny knew that when we were talking about Zaha earlier. Zaha has a genuine love for Arsenal Football Club. He's even said it in interviews in the past. When Man United signed me when I was 19, I used to just think, oh God, only if it was Arsenal. And he's always said about playing for Wenger on a Wednesday night, Champions League, the Champions League music, watching it at home, put hairs on his ends. Just imagine if he was in that lineup instead of say whoever. He'd never call out an Arsenal player, but just say, I pictured myself on the left hand side or whatever side. You know what I mean? It kills three birds with one stone. Saka becomes better as well, mate. And Ndicka can also play for us in Europe as long as Frankfurt agree to let him leave. Well, bro, they're going to get absolutely that much for him in the summer, that much there, where they could earn themselves, which ain't a snip in today's market, 10 million quid. If they're rich enough to turn down 10 million quid, well then fuck them. Straight. We can just go and bid. Do you know what I mean? It will take a bit more in the summer. All right. It's probably cheaper to do it in the summer, slightly. Because you'll have to give them a decent signing on fee, and there'll be other teams interested in him. So if you think you can give him 100 grand a week in the summer, no, that goes to 165 grand a week automatically because there's 7 clubs fighting for his fucking signature. Do you know what I mean, bros? In my opinion, of course. And Frankfurt ain't got much of a say, bros. They've tried to give him a new contract. He ain't having it. So it's accept a few quid or fuck off. Same as Crystal Palace and Zaha situation. You're going to lose him for that much. See that much there? You're going to lose him for that. And I'm spurring just a new money. We're going to lose him for that in the summer. Shall we take 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 million from Arsenal now? He's an Arsenal van. Vieira's an Arsenal legend. 1+1. I think Vieira thinks, you know what? If this was Villa or Newcastle, fuck him and keep him to the end of the season. This is Arsenal. This is the club I loved. He loves this club. I think Vieira does the right thing and lets him go. Yeah, you know that, innit? Linda the Terminator, she's going to stomp around their ass or something. Fuck it. I'll be back. Actually, I don't know. Is she a big bird? I don't know. I'm joking. I'm fully joking. That there tastes superb. Right, guys, it's almost time. We are calling 57 minutes. Guys, how many likes have we got on the video? If we got any new subscribers, absolutely, that was a bit trampy, absolutely fantastic. But guys, give me your words of wisdom, give me your comments. We have got maybe 6, 7 minutes left of the stream. We're making another 2, 3 minutes just because Juma is here, just because Manny is here, and just because Rodders is in the building. Rodders, you haven't quite asked the £50 million question. And Hussein, you never answered it. Maybe it just scared you. But I don't think you're that Scottish. And Long Bergkamp, I don't think you're that Scottish either. Would you sell Tierney, right now for 30 mil to Emre? Would you sell Lokonga for 20 million to any prick that would give it to you? That's 50 million. With Kroenke's alleged 50 million, would you make our budget 100 million? And that's 10. Etc. Would you make it a £100 million budget in January? Do you know what? At this moment, the way we're playing football, I'm tempted to say yes. No, I don't want to lose KT. I don't give a fuck about Lokonga. But I think of £100 million, put it like this. I think you could now get Mudrak, Zaha, Danilo, and Ndicka for 100 million. That's 4 for the price of 2 cunts. And Tierney ain't a cunt, but he's not very fucking. He's made of glass, isn't he? Grimaldo, the former Barcelona youth product, he takes their free kicks, he takes their corners. He's obviously got a beautiful left foot on him. Grimaldo, he plays for Benfica, sorry, but he's a Barcelona youth product. And I've been watching him whilst I've been watching European Benfica games. And Grimaldo's a fucking good player. Ever present for Benfica. Benfica no mugs. I'm seriously looking at this 26-year-old, Grimaldo. Would you replace Grimaldo on a free for Tierney and then get that 50 million and make the 50 million big budget in January? Would you make it £100 million? I want answers from Juma, Rodders, Manny, Lundbergkamp, absolutely fucking immediately. Please. Yes, it is. Absolutely. Of course it is. Mate, Leeds would have beat us. Leeds are in tragic form. Like, they can't even score in a fucking brothel. If Marsh gave Bamford £1,000 and said, listen, I want you to get everyone in the first team noshed, he'd end up giving it to a crackhead and he'd get robbed and no one would get noshed. That's the kind of shit Leeds are going through right now. They couldn't even get a crackhead to fucking nosh the first fucking 1 to 11, the first team. So Leeds should have beaten us, but they were so pathetic. Marsh is too American, and they lost out 3 points. That was very doable that afternoon. As for Southampton, Ralph Hassenthaler hasn't exactly been firing this season after either. It's almost time for Southampton to make a change and sack his clerk out the football team. But that was another team that could have took 3 points off us very easily. Let's jump on to PSV Eindhoven. Nope, we didn't even score a goal. We were shit. PSV ain't that good. So, 3 games in a row, mate. 3 sour performances in a row. Of course, this is a fucking concern. Do you know what I mean? 2 weeks more of this and it's a fucking tragedy, bro. It's fucking Halloween time. This is Jamie Lee Curtis stabbing the shit out of Michael Myers and then putting him in some incinerator and squashing the cunt down to nothing. You know, I'm about to watch a new Halloween film. Sorry, that's all that happened, yeah? They invented a new way to kill Michael. They stabbed him, burnt him, fucked him in his ass multiple times, then tied him up. The police force let them through. They tied him up, put him in a little fucking bed of bullshit, and then they fucking squashed him. Now, if they come out next year with Halloween really is ending, and the cunts fucking come alive again, what, the drips of his blood? As this, a rat eats the blood of Michael Myers, and then the rat turns into a super rat, like Mario Guendouzi, then runs around America slitting the throat of every bitch that's 17, 18, 19 years old and has got a pair of tits. That's the way they carry on the Halloween films next year. Vieira would rather have Zaha the whole season instead of getting 10 mil. Hold on. Vieira, yes, would rather have Zaha for the whole season. I'm not so sure. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons. Palace ain't that rich. Zaha's an Arsenal fan. Vieira's an Arsenal legend. Take the last 2 away, the Arsenal legend and Arsenal fan. I hear you. This is business. But then they're just dopey business. It's almost like Zaha knocks on his office. And he's like, you know what? PV, bro. I'm out in it. I'm going Arsenal in it. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm done. I'm gone. Let me go now, or I'm gone in the summer. I don't think Vieira stands there and says, right, cool, innit? They're not going to be in a relegation fight. Yes, they might be better off with him for the next 4 or 5 months. But if that £10 million goes on to Vieira's kitty for next season, bro, I absolutely, for one of the first ever times, make you 100% wrong. He's an Arsenal fan. Vieira's an Arsenal legend. Between the two of them, they wouldn't be so fucking spiteful and so economically fucking stupid. No way. No way. What's the worst Vieira's going to say? Give me 15. You can do it right now. I don't think it's worth putting 15 on. I think you say, fuck you. £10 million. I'll do it in a heartbeat. Exactly. Exactly. And now you've got a budget worth a wank in January. You can get Mikhailo Mudryk and the 3 players I mentioned. Or you can just scrap that all in the bin and make a new £100 million plan. 2 players for 50 million. Savic from Lazio for 50 million plus Lokonga. Oh no, we need that Lokonga money, didn't we? We've sold Lokonga already, didn't we? All right, 60 million for Savic, 40 million for Mudryk. Crack on. Tierney would be a huge improvement for Villa. Oh yeah, most definitely. And I think Matteo Guendouzi could be a player that Villa look at very soon as well. Feeling as a MF. Okay. I don't know though. You've digged that. You've digged that Digne before. I think there's a footballer in Digne. I don't think he's as bad as you're making out. I think he can get up and down the fucking wing as well. I don't think he's as shit as you're saying. But would I take him to Arsenal? No, I take your point. Who should never have been signed for them? I love Tierney, but it seems clear that he's got no future under Arsenal. Under Arteta at Arsenal. Absolutely. Grimaldi all day long. Yep. You've almost said it like fucking Gilles Grimaldi, but yep, I know you're talking about Grimaldo, the Benfica left back, formerly of the Barcelona youth setup. I have to leave. So you haven't answered a couple of vital questions, bro. So how very dare you? No, I'm joking, but bro, would you sell Tierney and Lokonga for 50 mil and make that 50 million alleged budget 100 million in January? Take care to you, my brother. Hope you, family, the footballing son, because he will play for Arsenal one day. I'm sure your son's got it all figured out. Do you know what I mean? He's gonna shock you. And in two years' time, this kid's gonna start footballing everywhere, all over your ends, bros. And then Agent Dan's gonna have to go out there and drag him to London. Do you know what I mean? Bring him to London for a trial with Orient, West Ham, Arsenal, Brentford, Wimbledon. And after them 5 trials, I'll get on the phone to you, Dad, and I'll be like, right, listen, this is what they're saying. This is what's going on. Better still, this is the kind of money that's on the table. By the way, do you want to move to the UK? I'm joking. Love you, St. Drew, man. Are you a fan of Lee Judges at all, the bald-headed Arsenal fella? Nah. Not really. He's all right, but he's a little bit... He's kind of sold his soul. He's a little bit AFTV, innit? So, hence, if me and him met on the street privately, he would shake my hand and say, "What's going on, Danny? Fucking love your work, but am I going to stream with you?" Nah, not really, mate. Do you know why? Because not many people like you, mate. So, because he hasn't got a penis of his own, I'm going to answer no on that one. Not that I've asked him to stream with me. There's a couple I have, and they're all kind of too shook of it. So, I'm not going to waste my typing ability asking Lee Judges to do a stream with me when none of these cunts like me on the fucking network. So, just for that reason alone, I say no. And I hope you enjoy that answer. It's a very real one, because I'm a very real person. Fucking the one that looks like fucking Pablo Vieira. Pablo Luca is in this stream. Good evening, Pablo Luca. And there's a few things I'd like to bring to your attention. Pablo, number 1. Would you sell Kieran? Would you sell KT and Lokonga for £50 million in January? As soon as January starts, would you sell the 2 of them and turn your alleged £50 million budget for the summer into £100 million? That is question number 1 for Luca. I'm going to test the weight of your balls now, Luca. I'm going to test the weight of your ball bags. I'm going to see if you've got a real big pair of sack, okay? Or if you're just a sack of shit. So you're either a sack of shit or you're big balls. Now, let's go back a bit. You've got £50 million to spend in January, Luca. And yes, I've just valued Mudryk at £50 million. Would you, Luca, sign Mudryk for £50 million? Or would you spread that money across the board? And I'm going to give you 3 players, whether you like them or not. Danilo, Ndicka, and Wilfried Zaha. Would you sign for the cost of absolutely no more or no less than £50 million? Would you sign Zaha, Danilo, and Ndicka for 50 mil? Or would you take the very talented, the guy that I have watched personally for the last 5-6 games? He has got a wonderful first. I don't care. I know you don't like Mudryk, but now I'm going to educate you 2 things about Mudryk. His first touch is exquisite. His second touch is even better. His burst of pace is fucking frightening. I was shitting myself with a fucking drink in my hand watching him the other day. He was making me tremble how fast. I know it was Celtic, but how fast he was running at their defenders. He hasn't just got a left foot on him either. He's got a right foot on him. He's fucking vicious. How you don't rate this footballer, mate, I have no idea at all. Luca, are you still with me? Or are you typing? So, question number 1 for Luca. You got 50 million to spend in January. Would you put it on Mudryk? Or the 3 that I said? Ndicka, Danilo, and Zaha. Now, here's question number 2. You can now turn your 50 into 100. Would you sell KT and Lokonga? Or are you gone? Where are you, Luca? Hey, Luca. Where are you, Luca? Hey, fucking Luca. Where are you, Luca? Hey, Luca. Don't fuck me about, eh? Anyway, let me go on. Look, since Luca's got no balls out here, we're going to move on to Rebecca. Bro, you can't even buy a Twix for £10 million. Exactly. Zaha is integral to the team and scores for them. The only way they sell is if they get him. Bro, they've got Aloisi and they've got Zaha. They've got Eze. And I'm fine, Luca, by the way. How are you? Mate, no way. Lung, I don't agree with you at all, mate. As much as I love you, on this occasion, I don't agree with you. Mate, forget... Mate, he's an Arsenal fan. He's going to go to Vieira, and if he gets wind that Arsenal are bid for him, he's going to be like, yo, PV, I'm begging you, bro. You know how I feel about Arsenal. Then Vieira, big man team, even though Vieira's got a massive dick and everything, He's going to have to now tell my boy to his face, nah, blood, I don't want you to leave. So Zaha starts spitting his prime out the dumb. He starts moaning, come on, bro. I wouldn't leave for Villa. I wouldn't leave for Chelsea. I wouldn't leave even for Liverpool. But, bro, this is Arsenal. This is my club. Like, I'm begging you, innit? Allow it. Bro, Palace 10, 12, I'd say it's 12, but £12 million is better than fuck you 5 months later, bro. Like, come on, bro. I'm offering you literally over £2 million a month to give me your gazer 5 months early. Come on, bro. It's got to make sense. His wages are gone. Okay, I know his goals and everything else is gone, but I don't think Palace can afford to hold a guy and turn down £12 million. They won't be in a relegation struggle, you know what I mean, etc. I got another off now, Danny boy. Feeling really knackered. Right, I'll catch you soon, my brothers. It's time for me to be out as well. Hour and 10 minutes in. So, yeah, that's it. Luca didn't want to fucking answer the fucking question, eh? Hey, Luca, you got no balls? You got no balls? I'm joking. I'm surprised just Luca just flew in to say hello without answering the question. But never mind. Grimaldi all day long from Lundberg. Shouts out to Lundberg. Shouts out to Hussein Juma, to Rodney, to Hussein Juma, to Linda, to Luca, to Manny, to Hanyumi. Let's just say Lundberg Camp again because I love him. Shouts out to Cam, to Gemma, to Ty. Who else have I missed? Shouts out to everyone on the stream this evening. Shouts out to Liakers and Yumi and all the real ones. Guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. I will catch you as well, as always, 10 p.m. tomorrow for a Sunday, guys. And then I think we've got Zurich away Thursday. You'll see Manny on the stream. I hate Europa League nights, but we will be seeing hashtag Ask Manny. Shouts out to you, Shouts out to Mario. Shouts out to all the real ones, guys. Peace out. See you tomorrow evening in Arsenal, not in Arsenal. No, not in Arteta. In Arsenal, we trust. Do the right thing in Arsenal. Do the right thing in January, Arsenal, man. Season's far from over. The season is far from over, motherfuckers. Do the right thing, Arsenal.